Hello students, I am Dr. Snehlata Singh, Associate Professor, Department of English, Government College, Sambar Lake. Today I am taking BA Part 3rd, Paper 2nd, Prose and Fiction. But before I start teaching you the texts, I would like to introduce you to the syllabus. Now your Paper 2nd, Prose and Fiction, is divided into 3 sections. But the pattern of this paper is changed. It is different from BA Part 1st and 2nd. You will be required to answer 5 essay type questions of 20 marks each, choosing at least one question from each section out of 10 essay type questions. That is, there will be no short question answers, no reference to context. It is only essay type questions. You will have to attempt 5 questions out of 10. So in section 1, that is section A, few stories are taken from the book Text and the World, edited by Anna Kurian. The first story is by Munshi Premchand, The Shroud. Second is Intizar Hussain. The name of the story is A Chronicle of the Peacocks. Then you have Smart Chugtai, Her Roots, and V.M. Bashir, Birthday, Shashi Deshpande, My Beloved Charioteer, Ambai, A Kitchen in the Corner of the House. Section B is on novels, R.K. Narayan's novel, The Guide, and Charlotte Bronte's novel, famous novel, Jane Eyre. And section C will have a short passage of about 10 simple sentences to be translated from Hindi to English. Second will be editing of a short text. Now this editing will depend on grammaticality, logicality, cohesion and coherence. The third will be critical analysis of a prose piece. And fourth is writing a news report. Now a few books are recommended for you. The recommended readings are Vandana R. Singh's The Written Word, Oxford University Press publication, and K.M. Srivastav's News Reporting and Editing, Sterling Publications. Now actually I just wanted to introduce you to the content of your syllabus. Most of the syllabus, that is especially the first section of your syllabus, comprises of the Indian writers. And the stories which are prescribed for you, they collapse the distinction between Indian writing in English and writing in other Indian languages. It is basically the Indian literature from different languages. By placing text from the regional literatures alongside text from literature written in English in India, it becomes possible to compare the ideas, themes, issues, forms and techniques across languages and cultures that are linked to those languages. Thus, one may end up seeing similarities and dissimilarities across the Indian spectrum in all the literatures of India, originally in English or in translation into English. Now, actually, if we say, I am studying Indian literature. Now, what is Indian? Is Hindi literature reading Indian literature? Is Malayalam, Marathi, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Punjabi, Rajasthani? What exactly is Indian literature? Like, if literature is written in English, it doesn't mean that it is not Indian. So, it removes the distinctions between the Indian and the English literature. And these stories, they also raise much discussed issues whether English is an Indian language at all, and if yes, what is it that makes English Indian? Are the regional languages of India more Indian than English? Normally there is a controversy that English writers, they do not get to the soul of the Indianness. So they feel that are the regional writers, that the regional languages of India, they are more Indian than English. So the stories which are prescribed for you in this syllabus, they will give you a glimpse of all these things. Is it possible to relegate Indian writing in English to a second-rate status amongst the literatures of India as the language is not indigenous to India, that is, English is not an Indian language. English is a foreign language. So can we express the Indian sensibilities in English language? But then there arises a subsequent query: which of our Indian languages is native to the soil of this land? Given these issues as a backdrop, the use of Indian writings in English by the side of Indian writings in translations into English focuses the attention of the reader on language as a determiner of identity within the Indian context. Actually, in this, there are some stories which have been translated from Urdu or Hindi, Malayalam, and different languages into English. And some of the stories are written originally in English. So, he says, when we examine the text, it will yield specific tests which address the idea of Indianness of English and the appropriateness of writing in English rather than in the mother tongue. Now, some of the writers, most of the Indian writers who write in English, they are bilingual, or they may speak more than 2-3 languages. But when they write in English, why do they prefer writing in English than their mother tongue? अपनी मातृभाषा से ज़्यादा वो इंग्लिश में लिखना क्यों पसंद करते हैं? And why? What is the reason? He says, there can be other issues that can be raised vis-a-vis the use of English that include the notion that as English is the language of the elite, the concerns highlighted in original writing by Indians in English are those pertaining to the affluent urban upper class, that is rich people. The English writers, they are concerned only with the upper class or the middle class, not those pertaining to the reality of India. उनका नहीं है जिनका कि Indian की जो actual reality है. They feel that English writers, that is writers who write in English, they do not get to the roots of the reality of India. The stories which are included in this move in time, and they also move in linguistically demarcated spaces. Now, literature of India offers a multiplicity of worlds and worldviews to the reader. And here in your paper, you'll be reading literature of India, not from one particular language, but various languages which form India. All the textbooks and anthologies contribute towards either endorsing certain literary traditions or creating the new ones. So this book, or the stories which are prescribed from this book, they interrogate the idea of India, and even as it retains the traditional text, it also attempts to offer more varied voices. Thus, side by side, the reader will encounter writers writing in English and Hindi, Urdu and Malayalam, writers who dwell on the specificities of the world of women and those of the Dalits. There are works which examine the reality of poverty and dispossession, some grounded in urban centers, while others are about rural worlds, and so on. And there is one story, The Roots, which is about the partition of India. So in the stories which are prescribed for you in your syllabus, they include the whole multiplicity of the Indianness. Taken together, all these literary pieces, they constitute the version of India, one that may be more inclusive than many other versions, but which still excludes certain areas, peoples and their concerns. But far more significant than the inclusion and the exclusion is the way in which each of these texts can be read. And it is really a good challenge to read these texts, these stories, because these are by different writers and they write differently. The writers, that they obliterate the differences, that will focus on the issues of marginalization and co-opting agendas even while reading them as literature. So this book, Text and Their Worlds, it is edited by Anna Kurian, and you should buy this book because paper 1 and paper 2, the contents of paper 1 and paper 2 are included in this book, so it's better if you buy this book. And then the section A of this of your syllabus is concerned about this book, and even the section B, the novels by R.K. Narayan, the guide, is also dealt with in this book. So we will begin studying. You buy the book, and then we will start the studying. I will begin with the story The Shroud, written by Munshi Premchand. Actually, if you are Hindi speaking, like we are Hindi speaking people, we know Munshi Premchand. And also you must have heard the story Kafan. It is the Hindi translation of Munshi Premchand's story Kafan. So we will be studying this studying the story in our next session. So this is all for now, and we'll meet again in the next session. Thank you.